We'll be cooking up some of our cracking dishes that the whole family will love. It's all about family favourites. A chocolatey pud for all the family and an easy Spanish tortilla. So this first dish is actually very special to you, isn't it?
It is very special to me. I'm making rice crispy chicken, which is the easiest thing in the land, but it also has memories of when I was growing up, and it was in the 70s, and we didn't have chicken nuggets. So my mum used to make these chicken strips, and she used to coat them in mayo and in Rice Krispies.
So you're making chicken nuggets and chips?
Basically.
Beautiful. I think the whole world likes that.
Do you know what? They are ace and a really lovely thing to cook for the family. And I just thought I'm going to do an ode to my mummy and cook it.
Good.
So I've chopped up some sweet potatoes, which I love.
Wedges.
Wedges. And tossed them in some oil and salt and pepper and then put them on a baking tray.
So why are you doing those now?
Because this can be all done in record time.
Okay.
So we're going to put these in the oven. By the time we've made the crispy chicken, these will be, you put them in. They're
I
cooked
see.
For 15 minutes.
Right, so these are in the oven cooking while you prepare the next bit.
Yes, John.
Clever. What I really like about this whole thing is it's families and then cooking for your children is one of those things that sometimes you get a bit worried about. This is the easiest thing in the world. So you've got sweet potatoes, salt and pepper, a little bit of oil, into a tray, into an oven at what sort of temperature?
180, 200.
Okay.
So
I like a 200 oven because I like
200 oven, but you know what? Sometimes home ovens vary. Some ovens are really fierce. In which case, do it at 180.
Shall I pop those in the oven?
200. You pop them in the oven.
While you wash your hands.
Yes, thank you very much.
Good. I mean, that is the most difficult part of cookery I've ever done in my life. Oh,
no,
look.
as well.
There it goes, in the oven we go.
But lots of people also say to me, oh, we'd love to get our children cooking with us or making dinners, because you sort of have that thing where you start children off baking.
Yes.
You know what I mean? And actually to then go on to another step of making a dinner, they feel so proud. And I think that's quite a nice thing to do at the weekend.
Also, the baking thing is always seems to be sweet rather than savoury. And this is actually baking, but savoury.
Exactly.
Right, so how many different ingredients you got? It's massive.
Mayo, and Rice Krispies.
That's it?
That's it.
Chicken, mayo, and some puffed rice.
Chicken that has already been beautifully chopped for me.
1 ton of mayo.
I love you and your jokes. Can you please put some Krispies into there?
Yeah,
and then
but no milk.
No milk. It's not your cereal today. And then I'd like you to crunch them with your hands.
Oh, really?
Very, very difficult, this. Crunch them with your hands and then salt and pepper. Not so that they're completely crunched, but a little bit.
I need to tell the world that our children love these.
They really do.
They really do. Every time you put them out, it seems as though you've got to make more because there's none left ever. But the other thing is they're good cold as well as hot.
Well, they are. They're super, super simple. All you need is mayo to coat the chicken. So, I mean, I put literally a couple of dollops in, and then you're just going to coat your chicken in the mayo, like that, and stick them in there. Can you crunch them a bit more, please?
Yes.
With your hands. Squinch.
Do you not just chuck all the chicken in and then just stir it all around?
Do you know what? Are you making these or am I?
OK, you're making them. Fair enough.
Now,
is that scrunched enough?
Crunch a bit more.
OK.
Right, and then that can go in.
You're demanding today.
I am.
Yeah.
There. You can do those.
Forthright. Oh, can I? Thanks.
Yep.
Am I allowed? So just coat them?
Coat them.
OK, so there's many variations of this. You can use, as we've said, these puffed rice little cereal bits and pieces. But you could, of course, use the flakes of corn, which are also a cereal thing.
Yep, they're good.
Salt and vinegar crisps work really, really, really well. I think they're great. And corn chips, flavoured corn chips, whether they be cheese or chilli. So you've got various variations of this whole theme of a crusted bit of chicken. But the mayo thing is inspired.
Well, the thing with the mayo is that it keeps it that chicken really moist. And because it's chicken breast, it does tend to go dry. But with this mayo coating all around it, it doesn't. It's beautiful.
Could you use those little chicken fillets that you get in
Yeah, the
packets?
mini fillets. Then you don't have to cut anything
up. But you prefer to use chicken breast? Could you use chicken thigh?
Yes, you could do. It's just that my mum always cooked chicken breast for us because we were fussy and only ate chicken breast when we were little.
What do you mean you were fussy then? You still only eat chicken breast. What are you talking about? Well, occasionally you'll have a bit of thigh.
Occasionally I will.
Not very much.
No.
But it is, and as you said about children, this is a great way to get them to be tactile with food.
Absolutely. And, to, you know, yes, it's handling raw chicken, but there's, you know, hand wash, soap and water, and you're fine.
Yes,
and I think that it's nice that children are getting involved, that they're not going to be worried about.
And we're done.
Done.
Look at that.
Done.
So they
go
go
into the oven.
So they're taking about 5 or 6 minutes to make.
Yeah.
But if you're doing them by yourself and you've got your wedges in already...
Yes, and if you've got children playing around making too, it's going to take longer. But they don't take long. And you've got them, and you put them in the oven for about 20 to 25 minutes.
OK.
And they're done.
Well, I'm just going to...
But you can put them, you could make them in the morning and keep them in the fridge. And then cook them in the afternoon. You know, cook them when the kids come.
So you could actually have those ready to go?
Yeah.
And then you're done?
Yeah.
So they go in the oven?
Into the oven.
For how long?
20, 25 minutes.
Wow. I've got to say, as far as getting...
Speedy.
As far as getting dinner ready for the children, that is the fastest thing I've ever seen happen.
It is.
They're almost chicken nuggets.
They are. That's exactly what they are, but
Yeah.
a 70s version. These are looking lovely and done.
Quick, isn't it?
Really quick.
So really, in actual fact, you put the stuff in the oven, do the kids' homework with them, and just leave it in the oven.
Yeah.
And do with anything else you
Well,
do?
we use fish, so you could do salmon or cod or whatever you want. Chicken, you know, as we're doing. I mean, but there's turkey.
Turkey, yeah. You'd use a pork fillet if you wanted to, I
could
suppose.
use a pork
Anything without any fat in it.
Yeah, but
Fine.
fish is good. Fish works as well.
Look at
And
that.
then these lovely little crispy.
They are your mum's 1970s chicken nuggets.
They are.
Absolutely. We now know what part of the chicken is a nugget. It's the breast.
You're so funny.
What?
You and your sort of chicken nuggets.
What? No, I like a chicken nugget.
I know.
Don't get me wrong. But, you know, not a lot. I much prefer these.
You like these?
I do like these, yeah. It's just delicious. And who said that cereal was just for breakfast?
Exactly.
Now it's time for a great British classic and a real winner in our house. It's good old cottage pie.
Yep, and then what to do with the leftovers.
The cottage pie this is going to cause a bit of controversy, you know that, don't you?
Well, yes. When I grew up, we had mince so often. Whenever there was an economy drive and my mum was like, right, we need to just tighten our belts after Christmas, it would be mince after mince after mince. And, you know, she'd have come up with all these different ways to cook with it.
I love mince.
So do I.
Yeah, but I also think that if you, and everybody in the world knows how to make a mince stew,
Yes.
you can do lots and lots of things with it. And you're going to do a couple of different things with it.
Yeah, so I've actually just made some mince stew because I think everybody in the land knows how to make it. Just mince, onions, some celery, some carrots, a bit of stock, maybe a splash of red wine if you've got it, and you just cook it all out like that. And I've got a few little extra bits that I put in that are my secret ingredients.
I love this about you because this is where the home cook varies very much from the chef. And I love these bits because chefs will play around with bits of seasoning and, you know, spices and everything else. You go to the cupboard and grab...
Some Marmite.
Brilliant.
Marmite, I put it in everything. I put it in bolognese. It's a great it's great seasoning and it adds a real richness.
It is a great seasoning, and actually what it is, it's the same as if you were to do soy sauce.
Yeah.
It's exactly the same sort of flavour. It's got umami that everybody talks about,
Exactly.
which is great.
So then to that, I also have Worcester sauce,
Right?
a little splash.
Makes it smoky.
Yeah, you've got a little bit of smoky and a bit of a tang, and then brown sauce. A nice squidge of that as well. And then if you need to thicken it, I know that you can obviously use flour and thicken your sauce first. But as a mum, I just get gravy granules.
Yeah, and again...
And just a little spoon of that, and it will just thicken your sauce up.
And those flavours, I'm sure, and the smell is what you grew up with.
It's just what I grew up with.
And you can smell it, can't you? You can smell it going
Yeah.
through the house. A little bit of Worcestershire sauce, some gravy granules going on. So you already feel comfortable and cosseted.
Exactly.
And very happy.
And that's nice and thick now as well. So that's beef mince, and which is cottage pie.
Yeah, because otherwise... It's a shepherd's pie.
With lamb mince, yeah.
That's it, yes.
You know, you can use any mince or a mixture of minces. It doesn't matter. The next thing is that my daughter hates mash. I don't know why. So instead, what we do at home is parboil potatoes or boil them till they're nearly cooked and then rub them in a bit of oil, which we're going to do, just a bit of olive oil over them and put them on the top. So you get sort of a crispy roast potato top.
Right, if you pass me the oil.
You get the oil and I'll just get a spoon to pour my little...
So a little drizzle of oil, and actually what you end up with at the end of it, which might make everybody go, oh, okay, that's all right, because there's going to be people that go, no, cottage pie's got mashed potato on it. But what you end up with is mince and chips.
Yeah, mince and roast potatoes, really.
And it's great. But I always think, you know, mince on toast, the inside of that to make a pasty, a plate pie.
Yeah.
You know, all those things you can use for this. It doesn't have to just be a cottage pie mixture.
Not at all.
And if you make a big batch, freeze it.
Yeah, or put a tin of tomatoes in it, add some tomato puree, and you've got some bolognese, really. The thing about this as well, I'm doing little individual ones because then you can just serve them up when they come in from school. You can freeze them. They're great.
Well, in our house, as we know, people arrive at various times of the day because of their work and school, and it means that you've actually got them. And if you make 4 or 5 of them, when the kids come home, they're really hungry. They just take them out the fridge, in the oven for 30, 40 minutes, and you're done.
Yeah.
Right. Do you want me to do this, or you do this?
You can do that.
Fine.
I'll do one, you do the other.
Fine. Perfect.
But these are nice little crispy ones. These are nice sort of broken up floury bits, which will just, all those little corners will crisp up.
And the other thing is you don't have the washing up from the mashed potato.
You don't.
Which is great. It also does mean that, you know, it might even seem a little bit better for you than not having butter and cream and milk in your mashed potato.
Yeah.
Don't know about that.
Bit of oil in this, you know.
It's minced potatoes. But it's a really lovely way, I think. Really lovely way of having minced potatoes.
It really is. And you know what? It's just a different way of serving it, isn't it?
A little bit of oil.
There we go.
A little bit more.
Put that in there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe a sprinkle of salt.
I'm going to add an extra bit to him.
Go on, put some on top. And what you were saying as well about the economy drive is actually, you know, a packet of mince and some potatoes is not expensive. And it means they're done. So what to do with the leftover mince?
So leftover mince, as you said, those will go into the oven for about 25 minutes, half an hour, and you've got some lovely, lovely crisp pies. And we've now got what to do with leftovers if you don't freeze it. Or you can freeze it and do this another day.
Yes.
Scoop out an aubergine, scoop out the flesh, chop it up, and just fry that off. And then I've just scored my little aubergine shell, rubbed it in oil and cooked it for about 20 minutes, and you've got these. Then to your mince, you add your cooked off aubergine, stir that through. So we've got some little aubergine mince parcels.
Do you think that aubergine is your favourite vegetable?
You know it is my favourite vegetable.
But you will have it with anything, won't you? In a dip, cold, roasted, miso, stuffed with mince. I mean, any use you can find for an aubergine.
It really is my favourite.
But they're a great veg and a really good little vehicle for holding mince rather than using toast.
Well, I think also they collect a lot of flavour. So you know you can flavour them and they take it all on. And then I've got fresh breadcrumbs, cheese and parsley.
Right.
We're going back to the 70s today.
But I like that. Fresh breadcrumbs because you've always got some leftover bread, a bit of parsley or any other herb you want, a bit of cheese across the top.
Yep.
And it's a sort of gratin, isn't it?
It is a gratin. Just another way to serve your mince, really.
But all these little bits, right, that you're talking about, mince adding the inside of a veg, the topping, well, the topping can be used for the top of macaroni, it can be used for a piece of fish, it can be used for a piece of meat if you wanted to. All these little things you add to your repertoire, little bits and pieces, and then start to join them up together.
Well, also, you could put this topping on top of your mince.
You could.
So you have a cottage pie.
Could you put it on top of your potatoes? Maybe.
Well, bread and potatoes and, yeah, all sorts. It'd be lovely.
Potato
so those
sandwich.
go in, again, for about 25 minutes. And you've got 2 lovely dishes. There's some buttered greens, Jono.
Yes.
You want to get them out.
Okie dokie.
And here we go.
So just some bit of cabbage chopped up, shredded, a little bit of water and a touch of butter in the pan.
And look at these.
Don't have to boil it. Oh,
How delicious
that's
they
what we're
are.
talking about. Look at that. Cottage pie in a very, very different way altogether.
And we've also got our little aubergines, which we can keep in the dish there. Got a board, if you take that board.
Okay, so I'm going to put that there.
Yeah.
And make it look smart because we've got people coming around for dinner. But what I really love about this, what I think is brilliant about this is beef mince, potatoes and cabbage. That's it. And you've made a meal that looks absolutely fantastic. Cottage pie, stuffed aubergines, so delicious. You're gonna have to get stuck in it. Well, yeah, I suppose it is egg and chips, but many years ago, I watched a gentleman make tortilla.
Yeah.
And it takes quite a long time because you cook lots of potatoes in olive oil and you take your time, they get very, very soft and they're very, very hot. And then you mix the egg with the hot potatoes. That's how you get a really good tortilla. Then you and I went on holidays and we went to this little cafe and there was an epiphany because this tortilla came out and it wasn't made with potatoes like that. It had been made with chips.
We actually sat and watched them, didn't we? We couldn't believe that he was just throwing chips into this
It's egg mixture.
egg mixture. And we were like, wow.
But it makes sense because the potatoes are hot.
And they were gorgeous.
Absolutely delicious. So this is a sort of, please everybody who's Spanish, this I know is not a classic. However, I'm going to hopefully make something delicious. A tortilla is literally a potato omelette.
Yeah.
Big, thick potato omelette. So a couple of eggs, about 3 or 4 eggs into a bowl.
Yeah.
With a pinch of salt, please. Let's go for 4 eggs, shall we? Oop. And a fork. Break the eggs up and really beat them very, very, very well. Really, really, really well. The salt will start to break the whites down a little bit. That's fine. So that's done. And I'm going to pour that egg mixture into this bowl for a reason. Just into there. To hold for a second. Because I need to heat up my pan.
Should I give them a little bit more of a whisk?
If you want to. Because now the big surprise. Yes, I've gone to the chippy and I've bought some chips. Because they're hot and they're done and they're cooked.
They smell so good.
And the really good thing is while you make them, you can have a little snack.
Yeah.
Drop them into the bowl where I mix the eggs up. And they are hot. And just a good amount of chips. And it's about half and half. Half potatoes, cooked potatoes, and half egg.
So you could do oven chips at home.
You could do oven chips, absolutely. You could do whatever you want to do. It just means that you don't have all the faff of all the oil. I break them up a little bit.
Yeah.
So that they actually open up and they will take the egg a little bit more. Make sure your pan is hot. And then I've just sort of made a mix, but they are hot.
Yeah.
And I'm going to put into there a few bits of cooked pork sausage, which I always get told off the way I pronounce it.
Why? Chorizo.
Chorizo, whatever you want to call it. It's up to you, it's regional, so I can't really whinge about it. Make sure that's on, good. Now you've got that mixture, just add the egg to it.
Okay.
And the egg and the chips and the sausage all together.
I mean, that looks great, doesn't it?
Doesn't
like
look great?
that.
You bake it like that, it'll be fine. So the potatoes and the eggs and the sausages all mixed together. Sausage, egg and chips.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's the way to do it. Let it sit for a second so the chips themselves start to take a little bit of the egg up and they sort of almost swell. But because the chips are hot, the cooking process has already started to happen. And if you don't do that, then you won't get that tortilla cooked all the way through.
So you need hot chips or hot potatoes?
You need hot potatoes. It's got to be a hot potato.
Hot potato.
Hot potato. A little bit of oil in the bottom of a pan. Don't make the pan too hot. That's the important bit. And then pour the whole mixture into there. Pour it in and push it down. Make sure all the chips or all the potatoes, if you do fried potatoes, it's fine, are underneath your egg. And now what you've got to do is just watch it a little bit. As it starts to set, give it a little rumble, and you can see it's already starting to cook.
Yeah.
Like an omelette. So keep on doing that. And that's going to cook on this side for about 2 or 3 minutes, and it will set. And while it sets, then I'm going to turn it over and cook the other side, which is a little bit tricky,
Okay.
But it'll be fine. And in the meantime, it means we can make ourselves a nice little salad to go with it.
A little tomato and onion salad.
To make up for our egg and chips, we'll have a salad. Good quality tomatoes.
Yep.
Really good quality tomatoes. And in half, take your little thing out, your calyx out with your fingers. That's fine, you don't need to worry about
Do you want
that.
me to chop a little shallot?
Yes, please. Really thinly sliced, if possible.
Yep.
Take your calyx out. Keep an eye on your tortilla, which is smelling good and looking good.
So that's on a really low heat.
Yeah, I mean properly low. Look, underneath there. It's really, really tiny little flame underneath. And what should happen is that every so often give it a little shake and you'll see it'll move so it's not sticking. Because if it burns, you're doomed.
Yeah.
Doesn't work. Burnt egg is not very tasty.
No.
So now, with tomatoes, into thinner pieces. I think the thinner the better. Drop them on a plate, any way you want. For everybody at home making tomato salad from now on, I'm going to ask you not to put oil on the tomatoes first. A little bit of vinegar first. And the vinegar just makes them really come alive. A sprinkle of salt.
Yeah, I was going to say a little bit of salt.
A tiny sprinkle of salt. Then our shallots across the top in little tiny rings. My tortilla's sounding good.
There's something about tomatoes and vinegar that transports you to holidays.
Oh, the sun's shining, isn't it? You can smell it. But what people don't realise, that's the secret to those great salads you get when you're in the Med, is you end up with, it's vinegar first, and then the oil goes afterwards.
And then a nice bit of bread to mop up all that lovely oil and tomato
The
juice.
flavour of the juice.
Oh, yum.
Absolutely fantastic. A drizzle of oil. But again, tomatoes and shallots, nothing difficult, but just a little bit. And they look really pretty, I think. Oh, I can smell my eggs. I can smell it.
Go on then.
Ready to go. So now, here's the tricky bit. Because it's starting to move, you need a flat plate, a plate that you can slide off, because I'd have to turn it over.
So it doesn't matter that there's still wet bits?
No, because it's going to turn over and be cooked. So I take a little bit of my chorizo oil, rub it on the plate, so that my egg will slide off easily, but also get a nice little bit of flavour. And now, here we go. We'll do this really quickly. 1, 2, 3, off. That's there. Oh. And then you slide that one back in there.
So that's why you need the oil, so that it just slides
Slides
easily.
off. And then you tuck around the sides, so that now it starts to get that shape that you want.
Oh.
And that needs about a minute and a half just to be able to do it, because there's quite a lot of heat in here, and the eggs, your residual heat of the egg will continue to cook, but keep on tucking the bits down so you end up with a lovely little round corners.
That looks ace.
Look all right, doesn't it?
Yeah. You have a little bit of rocket?
Yeah, could do.
A little bit of parmesan as well?
Yeah, lovely. Bit of parmesan or manchego or whatever that Spanish cheese is.
I'm surprised you haven't got a Spanish cheese joke.
I haven't, I don't think. Have I got a Spanish cheese joke? You shouldn't be encouraging me like this. You know that, don't you? Okay, all I need now is a nice little plate to put that on.
I'm going to get some cheese and put that on the top of this.
Okay, you do that. Finish off the salad. I mean, tomatoes, a shallot, a little bit of cheese, some vinegar, you got a salad.
Yeah.
Some eggs, some potatoes, chips. Honestly, it's the cleverest way in the world to do it. And you got yourself a tortilla. Make sure it gives a little rumble around the outside. Put your arm there, my lovely. Give it a little bit of a turn out.
Oh,
onto
yum.
there. And you've got yourself a fairly decent tortilla.
It looks ace. Can't wait to eat it.
Yeah. And I believe in fail-safe cakes.
You do, but I hardly ever see you make any cakes.
No.
And I've never tried this cake, so I'm really excited about
This is one of those great fail-safe ones, because actually it's an oil cake.
Yeah.
It's got oil in it, it's got butter in it, and it's got cocoa. But you start very differently. The other great thing about this cake is you don't need a mixing machine. You don't need beaters, you don't need to cream butter and sugar.
Fabulous.
Which means that anybody can do it, and actually it's great for the children. 250 mils of water, 125 of oil, 125 of butter, 50 grams of cocoa, all in a pot.
And an oil, a vegetable oil or something that doesn't
Doesn't taste of anything or flavour anything. Oil in cakes will keep them moist. They stay lovely and moist. And if it does actually last longer than a day, you wrap it in a tea towel and it will be gorgeous for a week. Can you pass me a spoon, please, boss?
I can.
So oil, water, cocoa into a pan. And that all needs to be heated until the butter is melted and the whole thing becomes a liquid molten mixture. So that's the first bit. Now, once it comes to the boil, it's got to come off because if you boil it too much, the water starts to evaporate and you lose the amount of liquid you need.
Okay, so you need all that liquid.
You do need all that liquid. 2 different mixing bowls here. One mixing bowl to make the cake, the other one for the sugar and the egg mixture. So it's 375 grams of sugar. What are you laughing at?
That you're making a cake.
2 eggs.
I'm not laughing, I'm smiling.
I've even gone to the egg box.
Good. So a little egg house.
A little egg house. It's extraordinary, that house.
It is extraordinary.
Yes.
Exquisite.
Yes. Shall we talk about that? Oh, that's terrible. Don't want to crack that joke. Okay. So, always with eggs when you're making cakes, a little pinch of salt. It's not to do with flavouring, it's got to do with breaking down the egg white. That's okay, thank you.
I just thought I'd check on it that it's not going to boil.
Whip your eggs up quite a bit to get a little bit of air in it, not too much.
Right.
Then add to that half your sugar.
It's a lot of sugar, isn't it?
It is a lot of sugar, but this is a lot of cake.
Yes.
And you know, it's a treat, isn't it? It's a proper treat. Mix the sugar and the eggs together, and you beat them and cream them till it goes white. So that's why I only use half to start off with. Add the rest of your sugar after you've done the first bit. Now that's hot, get yourself a large mixing bowl, and into that you put 125 grams of dark chocolate. So you pour now, this liquid mixture, you pour it hot, you pour it over your chocolate. And what happens is this heat is enough to melt the chocolate. So what you're really making is a sort of oily ganache mixture. Let it sit for a sec before you touch it. I know you're so ready.
I get my spoon into it.
I know you do. It's like a big mix of hot chocolate, isn't it?
Yeah.
And then you stir it and the chocolate will melt. So mix that together and you've suddenly got this lovely silky chocolate mixture. Add now our cream, sugar and eggs in. Stir that again together. Then you add your buttermilk. So what's interesting, it's all the wet ingredients really before any dry ingredients.
Yeah.
Buttermilk's available in all supermarkets, so there's a bit of sharpness to it.
Yeah, but using natural yogurt is exactly the same
You can
taste,
do exactly
really.
the same thing, yeah. Put your flour and your baking powder together, and with a little spoon, just give it a bit of a zhuzh, so that it's make sure it's sort of mixed in pretty well. In you go, the whole lot. Take it and take the chocolate mixture across the top of it and start to just push it down so that and this is the bit where you just got to make sure you don't get it all over your clothes. And you see the flour does, all the lumps will come away. There's no lumps, but you've got to keep on going and you'll hear it change. And then in you go, pour the cake mixture in. Dramatically.
Yes,
great
very
height,
dramatic.
really dramatically. And that makes one lovely, delicious cake. It won't rise very much. It'll rise a little bit and then it'll go back down again. So it's quite dense as a cake.
Right, and that's why it's nice as a pudding. So you could serve it warm with ice cream.
Yes, you could serve it warm, straight out of the oven with ice cream if you wanted to. You could serve it cold. We're going to do it all sorts of ways. So that goes in the oven, 185 for about 40 minutes.
Okay.
Okay, depending upon your oven, they're all variable. Going to have to just test it maybe with a skewer. It can be squidgy in the middle, that's fine. So once you've taken the cake out, turn it out, let it cool down. Turn it so the base is sitting up and you've got this flat bit, but you'll see it's lovely and shiny from the oil and the butter and the stuff that's in it. And I mean, I just like to dress it with a bit of cream and raspberries, and that's great. But however, I want to just be able to help people at home who've suddenly got a birthday and they're really under pressure to know what to do. So if you've got a cake, and actually you'd use my cake, or if you've got a shop-bought cake, just a piece of cake you can do this with, make a quick ganache, which is a chocolate covering. You see the posh cakes, which are all lovely and shiny and chocolatey and fudgy. So it's equal quantities of cream and chocolate. You take the cream first, and you put it into a pot and you warm it. And you warm it, but keep the chocolate apart. This way, it will never split, it will never go wrong. The next thing you do is if you're going to do ganache on a cake, is you've got to prepare the cake first.
Right.
Because if you just pour ganache straight onto that cake, it's going to just fall off.
Yeah.
So you just, with a fork, you just run a fork across the top of the knife, put some little grooves in it. And for anybody who's done DIY and put their own tiles in their bathroom, they'll probably recognise exactly the same way as this.
Like a little grouting.
Yes, it is, because that's the sort of thing that you do on a weekend. Is lots of grout.
I lay a couple of tiles.
A couple of tiles, bit of grouting.
Yeah.
Sort of thing that I don't do either, but you know, I've watched somebody do it.
I was going to say, because you're such a handy man.
Yeah. The other thing I'm going to do is, on top of the ganache, I'm going to do a little flourish.
Okay, a flourish.
A flourish. Icing sugar, and then you can buy this, which is just fantastic. So you put raspberry powder into your icing sugar, quite a good amount of it, and you mix the two lots together. You could use gold powder to make it smart,
Yeah.
but it's just something extra to go on top so it looks a little bit more
And you can get
fancy.
that lovely gold leaf as well now. That
Yeah.
it looks gorgeous.
So the cream, as soon as it's hot enough, I will put across the chocolate, and it's just starting to bubble around the edges. Pour it around the outside of the bowl so it cools down ever so slightly. And then to the middle. Equal quantities, this is 150 and 150. 150 chocolate, 150 of cream. Then you just stir the chocolate and the cream together, and the chocolate will melt. So already the ganache is now starting to happen.
Look how glossy it is. I love that.
But at the moment it's still very hot.
Yeah.
If I pour that over, I'm going to lose the ganache. It's all going to fall
Yeah.
off. So what you do is just run it up the side of the bowl and let the air cool it a little bit. And as it comes up the top, you'll see it starts to stay.
Yeah.
And once it's up there, you'll feel that you can sort of feel it with your hand, almost bring it up like a flower. So now, onto the centre, and let gravity do its work.
Chocolate. My favourite thing.
Chocolate.
Yeah.
Now you've done that, you literally start to shake. And then you get your spatula and you start to go around the outside until it all starts to go.
And what's lovely is that it just drips, doesn't it? It's like a sort of curtain falling.
That cools a little bit, that's fine.
Okay, we're candling.
Go on, candles.
There's your candles.
And then lots of icing sugar across the top. And not only is it now flavoured with raspberry, because the top, that little surprise, but it's a lovely colour, and the ganache has gone beautifully smooth across the top. You get one of those plaques that says happy birthday on it, and you've got a celebration cake with some chocolate and some cream.
There, look at both of them. Oh.